can I do for you, Rod? You just tell me, what can I do for you?
It's a very personal, very important thing. Hell, it's a family motto. Are you ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Here it is. Show me the money.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy. I've been on the come up, counting money till my thumbs hurt. No Birdman, bitch, but I'm a stunner. Just watch how you run up. I keep a couple gunners, I've been grinding all winter just to flex all over summer shit. Wrist cold when I fall through, rose go to my arm, boo. In and out of my city, but come whenever I call you. Who gon' love me more than when I'm stacking out on tour? Them hoes that made it past security, they knocking on my door. You gon' be there when they gone. Show my love by getting more. Hustle so you ain't alone. You won't leave me, that's for sure. I'm talking Benjis, Franklin's, all these hundos on my floor. I just broke a couple bands, believe me, I've been going hard. I'm tipping bottle after bottle, swerving model after model. Who won't cash? That's the motto. Spend it like I hit the lotto. Yeah, I'm loving my life. I know that I ain't shit without you. Actions speak louder than words. They broke cause they just talk about you, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy. Money bag after money bag, I'm the man now. Play the cards that I was dealt and I ain't need no handouts. Fresh on every set, get respect, mama out of debt. I got a new connect, we the best, homie run the check. Wifey got a new bag, new house, you mad? We just doing us, feeling wavy, fuck a do-rag. This that no stress flow, bobbing on my ex. You don't love cash, kiss my ass, baby XO. Thank you for that line, Mr. West, but I'm next though. Hey, you me the set, bitch, I'm blessed, sipping XO. For the love of money, I stay fucking hungry. I parted ways with the kitchen, that just wasn't for me. Every show they love me, now I'm showing love back. They ain't taking nothing from me, so I throw a couple stacks. You when I'm in your town, have some fun, blow it back. Fuck with me when I'm around, trust me, shorty, I'll be back, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy.
Yay. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? New year. We doing big things. I hope everybody's all right. Welcome to the Alphabets Football Show. I am your host, Marcus the Alphabets, where we take you in about an hour and a half, 2-hour long journey to discuss our favorite sport in the whole wide world, which is football. We got a lot of stuff to discuss. So let's get it started. Y'all know how I like to do. I like to introduce my lovely co-host. I call her Miss Bruce Willis because she's diehard. What's up, Mona?
Not a lot. Looking forward to the new year.
New year.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking forward to our little break too.
It's been you know, it's
been a
people
year.
don't understand it's a lot of work. People just see, you know, they see the final result. They don't see, you know, the research and the, you know, watching videos and making videos and just, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes to it. I mean, I enjoy it, but it's a grind, you know, because you guys hold us accountable. You know, if we say something, you better be correct. I try to be comfortable enough in my own skin when I make a mistake. Okay, I didn't know that, you know.
I can't remember what I had for supper yesterday, so sometimes I forget stuff.
Yeah, you know, yeah. So it's like that. But so let's talk. Let's get this party started. There was a lot of stuff going on. Y'all know what the big story is. I don't feel the need to show the video again. We know, what happened. We've talked about it as far as the NFL's greatest fear is a player dying on the field. And in my opinion, this is the closest that we've ever seen a player die on the field, like literally die on the field.
Well, no, that's not true. There's been one player.
In recent memory, I know there was something like maybe 2002, and we saw Corey Stringer. We did see Corey Stringer pass away, Vikings offensive lineman back in the day. He died at practice. Like, he just overheated and he died on the practice field. But I'm talking about like on the field where we've never had to perform CPR and bring, where a guy's heart has literally stopped and they have to
Charles Frederick Hughes died on the field during a game. Let's see here.
And
the only player as of 2023 that had died on the field.
Okay. Yeah. And with the way that, media is now, and then with the, just all of the avenues that they have to show the game, ESPN, Fox Sports, CBS, ABC, NBC, YouTube and all of that stuff. And then you got a primetime game and you got a guy. I mean, this is a Monday night game where the whole country's the only game on TV, the last game of the regular the last game of the week of week 17. And the whole country's watching. You have a guy who's laying on the field motionless, Yeah. And there was a lot of playoff implications and fantasy football and betting and gambling and all of that stuff. We don't care about that. I mean, our main thing is, I had money and stuff involved with that, but I'm really happy. This is a 24-year-old kid. Hell, I got a 25-year-old and a 23-year-old, so seeing that kid lay there, Mona, your initial reaction to that, your initial emotions when you.
I thought the NFL's worst nightmare, our worst nightmare had happened. I really did.
People were putting out crazy information, and oh, he passed away or whatever, and we're gonna keep, it's still a human being, and I don't care what team he was. I don't care if it was an Eagles player or Giants player. We're just happy that this young man has raised a lot of money. I guess he was raising money for toys or whatever. He was trying to raise like $2,500 or something like that, and he done raised like $7 million. So I think he's got the highest selling jersey in the league now. So we're going to continue prayers if you believe in stuff like that. Continue prayers and we just wish the best for this kid.
I think what was amazing. I think something else that was amazing with him was when he came to. When he was still not able to talk because he still had the tube, the first thing he wrote to his doctors and family was, who won the game.
And that's the thing, you want to, I think he had bigger priorities, but I mean, you want to win. These guys.
Well, I don't think he did. I mean, obviously he didn't. That was the first thing that he actually wrote.
Yeah.
Who won?
Yeah, and the doctor said to him, "You did. You won the game of life." Because that's what the doctor replied to him. So it seems they've taken him off he is breathing on his own now. His family's like putting out reports and things like that. So I don't know what his future is in football. I would like to see guys who have injuries like that, the Ryan Shaziers, maybe the Tua Tagovailoas or this guy. I would like to see the NFL have programs and stuff like that, because maybe you physically can't play the game anymore, but you still, put them in a position, or the team put him in a position where he's able to like learn the ins and outs of the game as maybe down the road as an executive, maybe something for coaching or something like that. So I'm just happy he's alive. This is the last week of the regular season. So we all know what Monday is, don't we? We all know what Monday is. Black Monday. When all of these coaches
are getting fired.
I
think Ron Rivera and Cliff Kingsbury are at the top of that list.
I think Cliff Kingsbury. There's been talk of Mike McDaniels getting fired for the Dolphins. And I'm like, really? I mean,
I don't think so.
I don't know. There's been talk of the Saints coach being fired, so I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it, but Hackett's already been fired. So there's multiple sources close to Harbaugh believe he will leave Michigan for NFL job. So we're going to see. I mean, there's a possibility. Michigan got bounced. Michigan got bounced in the playoffs, and for a few years he couldn't beat Ohio State. So Jim Harbaugh, as you know, he's got NFL head coaching experience. Kind of turned around the San Francisco 49ers team. So we're gonna see. I think there's like eight jobs that are available every year. We already said the Broncos job, probably the Commanders, Indianapolis. I think Jeff Saturday gets fired, Cliff Kingsbury. So there could be the 5 to 8 openings, something around there. So we're gonna see. I
don't know if Jeff Saturday get fired, but I think that because I think he was more just an interim coach filling in.
Well, he won't be there'll be 5 to 8 openings come Monday. It's gonna be a lot of people getting dropped. So as soon as we find out, the situation is fluid. As soon as we find out, we'll let you know. So we'll see what old khaki pants. I think that's the first time I've seen him without khaki pants. That's what Shannon Sharp called old khaki pants. So we'll see what happens. What we got next? With all of this stuff going on, we're gonna, we got the flex. This game is flex. This game is probably gonna be a pretty good game. The Lions ain't no, people keep laughing about the Lions and making jokes and stuff. And
oh God, Dalton, I don't think so. I really don't. I think Stefanski's there for a while.
Yeah, I think. I think that a lot of their problems have to do with instability at the quarterback position. I think that they get back
and they better hope that they're how much was it they signed him for?
$240 million fully guaranteed. And hopefully he don't have no issues this summer, with the massage therapist. But anyways, this is the game that's been flexed for flex this weekend. NFC North supremacy. And we'll see. The Packers are playing much.
Check that out. Thomas just posted that.
Oh, wow.
Michigan football program is under investigation by the NCAA for a level 1 violation for non-compliance of misleading NCAA investigators. Violation may relate to head coach Jim Harbaugh buying a couple of hamburgers for recruits during COVID and then failing to be truthful about the informal meal.
You just
surely that's a joke, right? I mean, surely that would be.
Yeah, it's got to be. But we've seen this before. When some of these, I'm always suspicious when college coaches just have a really good job. I mean, the Michigan job is probably one of the elite college coaching jobs in the NFL. And when you see coaches at these big programs, Texas, Miami, Oklahoma, Michigan, Ohio State, and they lead USC, Pete Carroll. As soon as Pete Carroll left, we find out that he's been handing out money left and right, and they were for a long time, for a few years, they were like banned from being, from.
I would like to address that comment that Yuri just posted. I owe you an apology, Ramona Dye. You guys turned it around. I was wrong. Yuri, we are rebuilding this football team. Defense is pretty much set. Need a corner, possibly Cam Hayward's replacement. But we have a rookie quarterback and probably one of the youngest teams in the NFL on offense. I think the oldest player on offense is like 24. So I told you, you and I had this conversation, that Pittsburgh's rebuilding. You lose an 18-year veteran, just like your Patriots lost Tom Brady, and you haven't done nothing since you lost Tom Brady. So, it happens.
Well, weren't they, the Patriots were in the playoffs last year, weren't they? But they got blown at. I mean, they got annihilated by the Bills. I mean, I think the Bills put up like 40-something points on them. So,
well, Dalton, you say we need an offensive line. I think we need a couple of key players on offensive line. The offensive line is playing much better now than what they were at the beginning of the season. But you got to talk about the young guys who are on that offensive line. You got to talk about the transplants, the free agency players that were brought in. And when you bring that in, it usually takes about a year for players to start gelling together. I am not one of you guys who jumped to the conclusion that everything's got to change right away, because I lived through the lean years before, in between Terry Bradshaw and Ben Roethlisberger. Trust me, I remember the Bubby Bristers, the Neil O'Donnell, who had a great season, no interceptions, and throws 3 of them in the damn Super Bowl against my co-host Cowboys. So, I hate you, Larry Brown. I will hate you to the day I die. And Neil O'Donnell too. So anyway, listen, I'm not that Homer fan that thinks that every year we got to be in the playoffs or in the running for a Super Bowl. We've got 6. I think we've proved plenty. We are a cornerstone franchise. I think that, that speaks for itself. So I have people who say, oh, well, y'all haven't done anything since, your last Super Bowl. Well, true, but there's 30 other teams out there, 28 other teams out there who haven't done anything since our last Super Bowl. So,
and still haven't won a Super Bowl and been in the league for 62 years and still hasn't won a Super Bowl, Buffalo. Yep. But anyways, this game is going to be flexed, final game of the regular season. So that's.
Hey, Marcus, good to see you.
Probably Sunday night, maybe Sunday night, because there's no Monday night.
It's the last game, final game of the season. So it's Sunday night. It was flexed to Sunday.
Yeah. So, this is the replacement for the kid who was injured.
For DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah. Jared Maiden, and they released Xavier Rhodes sucks. I thought, they brought him in, think he was going to be, he was a pretty damn good cornerback when he was with Minnesota, but I guess he just hasn't been able to last.
Thomas Maselko. Yeah, one team hasn't done anything in 25 years, but they've got, 5 Super Bowls.
Thomas Maselko. Who's Thomas Maselko's team? Do you know?
Eagles.
Hasn't done anything in 25 years. The Eagles are older than the Cowboys, and y'all still ain't caught us. You just won a Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Stop it. So we'll see what this guy can do. It's like Jags fans talking. You're the Jags. You haven't won anything. You're talking because you win a regular season game. Anyways, the Commanders will start Sam Howell Sunday versus the Cowboys. I guess they want to take a look at the kid, see what he can do.
Well, I mean, it's a great time to put him in. Think about it, because there's really no film on him, so it's going to be hard to game plan against this kid. You
Yeah.
don't know what he's got.
He's a rookie. I think he was the third or fourth quarterback taken after Kenny Pickett and Malik Willis. So you put him out. You let in games like this.
Hey, anything for the Commanders to try and screw up y'all's playoff hopes. Well, you're already in playoffs, but
we still are technically playing. We're playing for the division title,
right?
We're playing for the number 1 seed. But yeah, if we lose this game, it's a moot point. The Eagles play the Giants, and that's if the Eagles lose that game and we win the NFC East. So we could be number 5, we could be number 3, or we could be the number 1 seed in the
I love you, Dalton. I had just told Marcus this before the show that Ron Rivera's getting fired anyway.
Oh yeah, he's out of there.
Look, I know I posted it in the Alphabet's football group when he did that interview after that game, and they were sitting there telling him the different scenarios that he might still could make the playoffs, but then losing that game with them putting God almighty,
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, Carson Wentz. I mean, come on, and he's like, really? That was not him being sarcastic or facetious. That was him not knowing that they were out of the playoffs at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
He's in games like this, you put guys out there, if you know that you're not going to the playoffs, you put them out, give them some game action, and you see what he can do. I mean, where he gets some real game experience and see, you're playing against one of the better defenses in the league. And you put them out there, hey, we might have to go.
Thomas says, if you have the Cowboys defense in fantasy, you better start them this way. I think most of your fantasy football games are over. Especially, even though, one game didn't get to play or finish out. Most fantasy football player teams who had, people in the finals just kind of split the money between the first and second place winners. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like the integrity of the game of owning or running a fantasy football league. That's the way I feel about it anyway.
I mean, it's look.
That's what you do with your fantasy football league. So
you finish the game. You finish the game.
If you can't finish the game, then you just split the money between the first and second place winner.
So and even in the real game, nobody got credit for that game. It's a no contest.
And the Bengals and the Ravens and possibly even the Chiefs kind of got screwed out of that, in my opinion. Because I mean, if you think about it, even if the Chiefs win and beat the Raiders this weekend, and get number 1 seed, if they go to the AFC Championship game, they still don't get that home field advantage, which I think is wrong, because they played all their games. They shouldn't be penalized because one game wasn't played in the regular season. I just don't agree with that. I don't like the way they did that. I think that they totally screwed up the AFC seeding in playoffs. I think they did. I think that the Chiefs kind of are going to take the back end of that if they make it to the AFC Championship game. And I think the Bengals kind of lost that opportunity to take the second seed. A lot of Bengal fans say, it's a joke them playing the Ravens this weekend. Why are they playing? I mean, what's the use of even playing them now? So, I understand where they're coming from on that. I really do.
Yes, it's a tough situation. It's an unprecedented situation, kind of like a couple of years ago when we were going through the whole COVID thing and things are getting rescheduled and stuff like that. Yeah. It's tough, and
teams got screwed because of the COVID, because teams couldn't play because they were loaded with COVID patients. So several teams. I think the Bills, the Steelers, I know did. I think the Bills did as well. So, there was a couple of different teams that got kind of screwed out of that, not getting the rest they needed before. Hell, we lost our bye week. We lost our bye week because of COVID. So,
it's a tough situation. So, hopefully, we don't see anything like that anytime soon. Former Steeler and now former Cowboy James Washington released by the Cowboys. It's just a bad situation. He got hurt like the first practice and pass, broke his foot.
He didn't get hurt. He broke his foot.
Yeah, and he was out for till week 13. Finally came back and they were talking to Odell Beckham Jr. talking.
He never did get on the field though, did he?
He had zero catches. So
I was thinking
you see T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton's been playing really well. Michael Gallup's finally getting a little bit healthier. And C.D. Lamb has emerged, 1,200 yards, over 100 catches. He has emerged as their bona fide number one wide receiver. So they waived him. And he did clear waivers today. So he is a free agent to go wherever he wants to go. So we'll see where he ends up at. Like Meek Mill says, whatever you do, there's levels to this. Now, normally I do the stats for each, passing, receiving, and rushing leaders. They didn't have them up this week. I don't know what the hell. The league was just kind of in shock. Stuff that was normally done just wasn't done. So, it's just one of those things. But we'll have a rushing champion. We'll have a passing champion, a receiving champion. I still think that Justin Jefferson probably wins, most receiving yards. So what do we got, Mona?
Okay. We got the teams who've clinched and the 2 wildcard spots who are still kind of up in the air right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going to get resolved. I mean, it gets resolved this week. The Steelers and Dolphins and the Jags. The Jags versus who is it? The Jags versus the Titans. The Jags versus the Titans for the
AFC Titans. Yeah,
they're playing for the AFC South Championship. Whoever wins that game. Because I remember last week when we played the Titans, and they rested everybody. Like Derrick Henry didn't play and all of that, so they're like, we're saving everybody to make sure everybody's healthy. That Titans Jags game is going to be for the division championship. So we'll see what happens. I think the Lions can still make it. So, I mean, there's still some moving pieces, and we'll find out. We'll find out this weekend. So some of the division championships are still up in the air. I know that when they canceled that game, that the Bengals won the AFC North. So that's a done deal. And here's all your teams that have been eliminated. This was a few days back, but Browns, Bears, Jets. Commanders, Raiders, Colts, Saints, Panthers, Falcons, Rams. Well, we knew the Texans were gone. Broncos and Cardinals. So, we're getting down to the nitty gritty, and we're going to get our final resolution this week. So we'll see what happens as far as that. What we got next?
Our only undefeated teams for 2023.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, just really, they're all undefeated.
Yeah. Yeah, they're, they had games. When was New Year's? New Year's Eve was Sunday, right? No, it was Sunday. So the teams that played on Sunday, they all, they got a win for the year. So,
well, the ones who won anyway.
The ones that won. So we'll see. We've been singing from, yelling from the rooftops about this guy. I had said, at the beginning of the season, I want us to start giving this man his props. Had 1,000 yard receiving yard seasons, and he did it again. He came on really strong late in the season, and he done it again. So that's 9 consecutive years. That's pretty freaking awesome. 9 1,000 yard seasons, and some of these seasons he played with Jameis Winston. So to go out there and
well, yeah, but no, Jameis Winston was leading the league in passing and touchdown passes plus interceptions, but still.
Yeah. Yeah. So, congratulations to Mike Evans. Good luck, because I don't think that Tom Brady's going to be back there next year.
He came in what, 2014?
He was in the same draft.
So all 9 years he's had 1,000 yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. 2014.
And you know who his quarterback was in college?
Mm.
You know what school he came from, right?
Yeah, A&M.
Yeah, his quarterback was Johnny Manziel in college.
Oh, Lord. Johnny Football.
Johnny Manziel was his quarterback in college. Yeah,
Johnny Football.
And he was a beast there. So he's
What more said Tannehill?
No. It was Johnny Manziel. It was Johnny Manziel. Because Johnny Manziel left in. Johnny Manziel was in the 2014 draft. He was in the same. They were in the same draft. Johnny Manziel. That 14. I think he was in the same draft with.
Yeah, they were in the same draft, 2014 round 1.
Oh, you're right, Fleck. You're right. Tannehill played wide receiver.
Oh wow!
He switched the quarterback when he got to the pros. Tannehill was a wide receiver. You're right. Yeah, but Johnny Manziel was the quarterback. You're absolutely right. I totally forgot about that. That's true. So yeah, that 2014 draft was Odell Beckham Jr., Kelvin Benjamin. Remember Kelvin Benjamin from Florida State? So yeah, I mean, it was pretty good draft class. Pretty damn good draft class. So we'll see what happens. What we got next, Mona? That's an awesome accomplishment. All of those people out there, when I say Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, Patrick Mahomes joins Tom Brady and Drew Brees are the only quarterbacks in NFL history to pass for 5,000 yards in multiple seasons. I mean, so there you have it,
Well, Tannehill was a quarterback before he got switched to wide receiver in college. He just lost to Johnson and McGee, I think.
Yeah.
So
he had Dalton say he had Mike Glennon and Josh McNown. Ryan Fitzpatrick was down there for a little bit. He's had a few decent quarterbacks, but I think this is a major accomplishment for Patrick Mahomes. I mean, just the guy's he's a generational talent, and I can't wait. I'm ready for the playoffs to start. It's so messy. I just want to see how they, once they get in the playoffs, all of this stuff's going to get settled. All of this stuff is going to get settled. So we'll see how it goes. What we got next? Oh, Patty Mahomes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you done mentioned this, right?
I did, yeah.
Sorry, I just got sidetracked.
Give me some. Flex says Tannehill switched from wide receiver to quarterback during his junior season at Texas A&M.
Only for 2 games. He didn't play the whole season.
Yeah,
I looked it up. I
Yeah,
just looked it up. That's why I was looking it up.
it's a lot of those guys who there's and which is in a your guy Antoine Randall, he did that. It happens. Guys that go there, they start off at a certain position. Micah Parsons went to Penn State as a running back. Richard Sherman, he went to Stanford as a wide receiver. So, I mean, Trayvon Diggs went to Alabama as a wide receiver. It's like, dude, you're not going to get on the field as a wide receiver. We got, Calvin Ridley and Jalen Waddle and Henry Ruggs and Devontae Smith. You ain't getting on the field as a wide receiver, dude. You ain't good. So you go on over there with the defensive backs and go play cornerback because you ain't going to play wide receiver over here.
All right. So here's just some did you knows. The Philadelphia Eagles are the first team ever to have 4 players reach 10 sacks in the same season.
Reddick,
Hargraves,
Josh Sweat,
and Graham.
Brandon Graham. I mean, that's and that's what makes them so formidable, because you don't, it's nice to have an all-pro edge rusher, to have a TJ Watt, to have a Myles Garrett, to have a Micah Parsons. But when you don't know where it's coming from, and it's like we line these guys up. They could even go NASCAR package. Me and you, we talked about the NASCAR package where you just put 4 defensive ends on. I mean, like the Giants used to do that a lot. And we're going to put these 4 guys out there at the same time.
Tom Brady knows that one well.
Oh, yeah. So, it makes your defense very versatile, because it's like when you have one elite pass rusher, it's like, okay, well, we're just going to put a tight end over there and chip block them. We're going to put a fullback over there and chip them. Well, when you got 4 guys that got double-digit sacks, not like Jadeveon Clowney, but anyways, a bust that went number 1 overall. When you got guys like this, they have 10 sacks.
Playing this weekend, by the way.
Yeah. So I just think that's, y'all know what I think about the Eagles, but that's an awesome accomplishment. Congratulations to these guys.
All right, so that's not all about the Eagles. So here's something else. They have recorded 6+ sacks in their last 5 straight games for the first time in franchise history.
Yeah, I mean, they're
6+ sacks, because I think they had 7 sacks last weekend, even though they lost.
That they can get after the quarterback, and it's going to be interesting for because they are playing for something this week. They're not going to be able to rest their starters. The Giants are going to be very motivated, and Daniel Jones played a hellacious game last week. He played a really good game. So it's the Eagles are not going to. They are playing for something. They're still playing for the division, and they're playing for the number 1 seed in the NFC. So this game is important to them. It's not like they can rest these guys. They're going to have to go. Jalen Hurts is going to have to play. I was so surprised with Gardner Minshew. He just peed down his leg. So, yeah, he really hurt me.
All right, so more did you knows. The Rams' 11 losses this season is the most ever by a defending Super Bowl champion ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I tell y'all, it's hard to win Super Bowls. I hear, do
you remember what I said when Tom Brady first went to Tampa Bay? I said Tampa Bay was buying themselves a Super Bowl with the players they were bringing in. And last year, when they brought Matthew Stafford in, I said the same thing then. The LA Rams are buying themselves a Super Bowl. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's hard to win a Super Bowl. It's even harder to get yourself back up, go through the grind again. You're getting everybody's best shot because you are the defending champion. Yep. And so, it's a hard thing to do.
Very few teams have done it back to back.
Yes. Yes. So, and they don't have any first round picks this year. All of the players that they brought in, you bring in, when you had brought in Von Miller, and you bring in all of these different players, and you're just giving up picks. And next thing you know, you don't have no picks. Your team is older. Matthew Stafford's older, and then you lose, Cooper Kupp. It's a tough situation. You go into free agency, you go get a guy like Allen Robinson. He pees down his leg. He hasn't done anything this year, so it's a tough situation. That team might start falling apart because you got a young San Francisco 49er team in the same division with Brock Purdy, and we don't know what Trey Lance is going to be, but they got a young team.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Trey Lance better watch his P's and Q's and shift it into overdrive in training camp this year.
Yeah.
Or he's going to lose his job to Brock Purdy.
You're going to be on the trade. You're going to be on the trade block. So, hopefully the Rams can, get it together and do something, because this season has been an utter disaster. Yep. An utter disaster. So
don't let Brock Purdy take them 49ers to a Super Bowl and win.
Oh,
because Trey Lance will be gone. There's no ifs, ands, or buts on that.
oh yeah, and I think Jimmy G just might as well go ahead and pack up his stuff because he's out of there. I think he's gone too. So
yeah. All right. So Nick, did you know the 12-4 Vikings have the same point differential as the 3-13 Chicago Bears this season?
I think the Minnesota Vikings are the most fraudulent 12-4 team in the league.
Sorry about that, Q, but
you've lost. Everybody takes their L's, but I mean, you got blown out. You had 40 points put on you by the Cowboys at your place. You just can't have that. You can't have that. So maybe they heat up in the playoffs or whatever, but I just think they're kind of fraudulent. I mean, people might say the same thing about the Cowboys. I've never been sold on Kirk Cousins, and
somebody just said they think the Giants beat Minnesota in the first round.
They probably will, But we play the game. We don't just assume.
You have to play the game.
You play to win the game. Hello. You don't play 2 quarters. You don't play.
You do that one, and I automatically go to playoffs. Playoffs.
Yeah,
you just want to win a game.
Yes, you gotta finish the game. I don't get this. Oh, I was winning. It's like, yeah, and if we're gonna do that, then the Atlanta Falcons should be the Super Bowl champion over the Patriots. They're up 28-3. We've seen. Hell, we just saw the Vikings just had the largest comeback in history just a couple of weeks ago. We're saying, oh, well, I was up.
We just at the half because
it's like, come on, dude. That's just asinine. 28-3. So if somebody would have ran onto the field and somebody got hurt, God forbid, and got hurt at that Super Bowl with the Patriots and the Falcons, well, we were up 28-3. We won. There's no way they're going to come back from that. We've seen how many games have we seen where teams back and win the game, or make a miraculous play, the immaculate reception, the Music City Miracle,
or almost come back and almost win. I mean, hell, look at the Packers-Steelers Super Bowl. The Packers were beating us throughout that whole game, but towards the end of the game, we just waited too late to start coming back. But we still scored points.
You finished the game. We were up by 28-3, and we won. And hell, Dallas was beating Jacksonville a few weeks ago. You play the game.
Yeah, you play the
damn game. And it's something that even this game, the Bengals and the Bills game, they declared it a no contest. So what? The Bengals won the game because they're up 7-3. Stop it! Come on, man. I mean, it's just asinine. I can't believe I'm even having to explain this. So
we're gonna go on to the did you knows and get these out of the way. The Ravens haven't allowed a touchdown at home in 15 quarters, 3 games, and 3 quarters. So until the game-winning touchdown by Kenny Pickett to Najee Harris.
That was a hell of a play, by the way. That was a hell of a catch, by the way, in the end zone. Pretty awesome.
It was a great. Hey, he escaped. I mean, the guy had him by the jersey, and Pickett got loose and threw that ball perfectly. Only Najee could have caught that ball.
Yeah.
So, that touchdown also ended the longest streak of no touchdowns allowed at home since the 2005 Bears.
Yeah.
So, thought that was pretty cool. That was a three segue type. Did you know? I kind of like that one, especially since my Steelers were involved, of course. James Houston has 11 tackles. 8 of them are sacks on the season. But 11 tackles is not really a lot for a season, in my opinion.
No, it's not. But 8 sacks are. 8 sacks
are, yeah.
8 sacks. I mean, that's whenever we put you in that category. You're a pass rushing specialist. We're putting you on third down. Go get the quarterback out there. So,
yep.
I mean, that's pretty awesome.
All right. So the Raiders are the first team to allow 5 10-plus comebacks in the second half or later this season.
Shout out to my guy Dustin Davis. I want to clarify this. I don't think that I'm hard on Derek Carr. I am. Some of it is his doing. I'm not going to totally let him off the leash, but the Raiders franchise has been dysfunctional. You know, they made some, you know, with the Mayock and John Gruden era, they made some really bad decisions. They made some really bad draft picks. Constant, you know, switching up offensive.
Some free agency pickups that they had, like AB.
Yeah, you know, you go out there, you know, drafting Henry Ruggs over Justin Jefferson, you know, getting rid of Alex Leatherwood. I
won't keep it a buck. Look, Henry Ruggs was slated to go number 1. Nobody knew he was going to run into the problems and do the things.
Was Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs wasn't even the best wide receiver in the Alabama team. He wasn't the best. A lot of people said
I could have swore he was slated to go number 1 in the draft.
A lot of people thought that Jerry Jeudy was the best wide receiver in that draft.
Well, we see what Jerry Judy's done since he's been in the league too. So, well, and I knew this because I'm a Bama fan.
Well, when you're playing with Jake Locke and Teddy Bridgewater, look, your quarterback has a lot to do with the success that you have.
And I get that, but people talked about how they didn't think Tua was going to be a NFL quarterback. They didn't. Mac Jones, of course, I still think Mac Jones needs some damn weapons, but we all know that Belichick can't draft wide receivers. So,
yeah.
Anyway,
I never thought Henry Ruggs was the best wide receiver in that draft. I thought he was a good player, but I didn't think he was. You know, this just surefire to go in the top 10. They drafted him for one reason, because he could run fast. And the Raiders always do that. They drafted Darius Hayward-Bay over Michael Crabtree just because he could run fast, you know. Yep. So, I mean, they've shown a history of doing stuff like that.
All right, so our San Francisco 49ers have 9 straight wins, the longest win streak for their franchise since 1997.
Yeah, they're
on fire right now too.
They really are. Brock Purdy got them boys with, and Christian McCaffrey just, you know, we talk about Geno Smith as the comeback player of the year. I mean, Christian McCaffrey, he was injured a lot, and for him to probably go there and be used the right way, when they use him the right way, the guy is just playing. I mean, how scary are they going to be next year when he's there for a full season with a healthy Debo, a healthy Kittle, a healthy Ayuk, a healthy Brock Purdy or Trey Lance? You know, they're going to be and their offensive line, you know, maybe the best left tackle in the game in Trent Williams. I mean, they got a really good squad over there, so they're going to be a problem for a minute.
Okay, so this is our Alphabets Pick'em League results. We have one more week, guys. I've already got the pick sheet up for everybody. But right now, we still have Flectron Moore, who is just kind of running away with it with 163 wins. Dustin Davis is just behind him at 160. I'm looking down through here. I think that's the closest one on that page. Then you got Adam Aflag at 156 wins. Angie Sanchez is at 160 wins. So, you know, if he could have a bad week and she could have a really good week, you know, you never know, she could pop up and win. Blaze is at 161 wins, so he's only 4 games back. Fleck was at 165, right? No, 163. So he's only 2 games back behind him. So watch out, Fleck. Blaze is after you, buddy. And this
week, we really want to go ahead, Mona. I'll say
I was just going to say the next one closest would be you at 156, I think. And there's several at 156. So Adam, Brad White's 155. Eddie Woodcock's at 151. Let's see here. Yuri's at 152.
Thomas Maselko, 155.
Yep.
Toby Askew.
Dominic is at 158. And I think Dominic actually missed a whole week. I think he started late. So, you know. That's our leaderboard. I'll post those in the group.
Make sure that you make sure at the end your tiebreaker, because it may come down to that. We actually had that last year where we had a couple of people.
Smith and Dustin Davis were tied at the end.
We're tied at the end, so make sure that you're doing your tiebreaker at the bottom. Because if you don't, then it's going to be, that's the, that's how close it gets. We have a close race here. We have people from 155 to 161. If you have a bad week this week, you can go from first to fifth or sixth place real fast. So Make sure y'all are doing those tiebreakers. As soon as that's over, just let me know and I will.
Well, actually, there's no tiebreakers for this week. There's no tiebreakers. No. There's no Monday night game.
That's right. So
if something were to happen, we had a tie.
We'll figure it out. Something fair. Something fair. We'll sit down. And we'll figure out something. We'll get with the parties and we'll figure it out. What's fair for everybody.
I mean, we put the money and send 50-50. I mean,
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We will
get with whoever ties if they tie.
Yeah. Maybe y'all agree. Hey, us 2 or 3, we'll have a pick'ems into the playoffs or whatever, and we'll figure it out there. And for the pot, all or nothing for the pot. We'll figure out something that's fair and amicable for everybody. You don't just assume that you got the victory. So that's everything. So I guess we're ready now to get to our picks, our final regular season pick. Mona, week 18. We've been doing this for 4 months.
Yeah.
4.5 months. 4.5 months we've been doing this. This is crazy. Now I'm gonna preface this by saying some of these picks I normally would not make. Please do not sit up here.
He's afraid I'm going to beat him at the end of the year.
Marcus, what the hell why are you picking that game like that? It's because, look, I can't win the money, okay? Me and Mona are the ones putting up the money, okay? Right. We can't, me and Mona, we have an arrangement or whatever. You're still going to get your TJ Watt jersey. I'll figure it out. We're going to get you. We're going to find a way to get you a TJ Watt jersey. But, this isn't for me and Mona. We do this and we're going to do this next year. We might end up doing like a Survivor League or something like that. We'll figure it. We'd like to have a little game.
Pick 'em league again too, but we're definitely planning on doing a Survivor League, I think.
Yeah,
I want to get into that one too.
Yeah, so we'll what we'll do is
I am not taking the Raiders ever.
Yeah, so I want to preface this by saying some of these picks that I'm making, please don't think I'm crazy. I'm doing this because I'm trying to, even though I can't win the money, I'm still trying to win or come as close to. What?
So whoever who takes second place, if he were to win, the second place would still get the money.
So I'm not, I'm not. I'll still shoot out some money. So first game, Kansas City at Vegas. Kansas City is, if Kansas City wins this game, they're the number 1 seed.
Right.
Kansas City, they're going to go out there guns blazing. Yes, I know that. Who was the quarterback? Jarrett Stidham played really well last week. He played better than Derek Carr. By the way, Dustin Davis, get ready to send me my $50. Kansas City, I think they go out there, jump on them early to try to put it away so they can sit everybody and get that number 1 seed and have their bye week. Right. Kansas City, 28-10, Kansas City.
Okay. Make sure everybody can see the board here. I'm going to bring my picks up. Yeah. I have Kansas City as well. I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I really don't. I'm going to say 24-18, 24-18, 27-18 Kansas City.
27-18. Okay. Next game, Tennessee. This is for the AFC South Championship.
Yes, it is.
Joshua Dobbs will be starting at quarterback. Ryan Tannehill's not starting, and Malik Willis. They've already said that Josh Dobbs, who played very well against the Cowboys 10 days ago, he played very well. But I just think Jacksonville, I like what they're doing. Travis Etienne, Trevor Lawrence, Zay Jones. They got a Evan Ingram, tight end, came over from the Giants, playing good ball on defense. Josh Allen, the defensive end, Trey Walker. I'm going to go with Jacksonville here. Now, I think it'll be a hard-fought game, but, this is a division rivalry. I think it'll be a close game. 2017 Jags.
I don't think it's going to be close.
Okay.
I think Jacksonville's going to beat on 28. Hell, maybe 31-17.
31-17.
I'll go 31-17. I just think Jacksonville, I think right now they are so motivated and they are playing so on fire right now that they're just going to be hard pressed to be beat.
Okay.
Baltimore at Cincinnati.
They're saying that Lamar Jackson's still not going to play. And without Lamar Jackson, I just don't see it. And they're playing for a possibility at the number 1 seed. And it's in Cincinnati. And I think that Cincinnati is just chomping at the bit. They came out on fire against Buffalo game. We talked about the whole situation with the injury to the kid from Buffalo.
They can get the number 1 seed.
How if they win and Kansas City loses,
as the Bills win, the Bills would still have one game up, one win up over Cincinnati. The Bills and the Chiefs would have to lose, I think.
Okay. They still have something to play. It's so damn confusing. It's really so.
Well,
The
Chiefs are 13-3. The Bills are 12-4 or 12-3, and Cincinnati is 11-4. So they would be, if they win, they would be 12-4. The Bills would, if the Bills lost, they would be 12-4, and Cincinnati or Kansas City would still be 13-4.
Okay.
So then it would go to head-to-head Cincinnati and Kansas City, and I think Kansas City got beat by Bengals earlier. So actually, I guess they could win the first seed that way.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The number 1 seed has not been determined yet. There's a lot of moving parts, but they're playing. They're playing for. They're playing for something.
Right.
It's not like they're just going to go up there and they can just rest everybody. So I'm going to say Cincinnati 35, 30, 21, 30-21 Cincinnati.
I don't know if it's going to be even that close. I'm going to say I'll say 28-14 Cincinnati. Although Baltimore is playing for something major, so they're trying to get in the playoffs. Or stay in the playoffs. They're in the playoffs. They're just
Tampa Bay's already won the division, I believe. Tampa Bay has already wanted it. Yeah, because Buck had put up. I don't think that they play a lot of their guys. And I think Atlanta, for them, this is like their last hurrah. Under normal circumstances, I would pick Tampa Bay. I'm picking Atlanta because I believe that the Bucks are going to rest. They're not going to put Tom Brady out there. They're not going to put all of their guys out there. They've already won a division. They'll probably see the Cowboys next weekend. I don't think that they're going to sit up there and put Mike Evans or Julio Jones. God knows Julio Jones needs some downtime.
Are you watching comments too, right?
I don't see any comments.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. Or maybe I'm just missing it. I don't see. Last comment I got was from Blaze. But I'm going to go Atlanta. I'm picking Atlanta this game just because I think the Tampa Bay is going to sit everybody. I'm going to say Atlanta 21-14.
I'm still taking Tampa.
Okay.
What'd you say? What was your score?
21-14.
I'm going to take 21-14 Tampa Bay.
Okay. Oh, Blake Gabbert. New England at Buffalo. I think Buffalo's going to be highly motivated. They're playing for the number one seed. They're at home. They're going to play for the kid. New England, they don't have the firepower to match up with them. I think Buffalo will be very motivated in this game. I'm going to say 28-14 Buffalo.
I'm going to say 34. $34-10.
34-10. Okay. Minnesota at Chicago. It's already been announced Justin Fields not going to play. Without Justin Fields, they're nothing. Minnesota, Justin Fields, he's 64 yards short of breaking the single season rushing record for the quarterback, and they're going to sit him. So I don't know who the hell their backup quarterback is, and it doesn't matter. Minnesota.
Hey, Gio, what's up?
Minnesota. I'm going to say Minnesota 21-10 Minnesota.
I got Minnesota 28-14.
And Justin Jefferson, you really hurt my feelings, dude. 1 point in fantasy football. That's how I lost to Ethan, man. That hurt, man. Wow, Houston and Indy. Jeff Saturday's last hurrah. No Jonathan Taylor. You're going out there with, this may be the last game for Ryan, Matt Ryan. I'm going to go Houston here, even though it's on the road. Low scoring game, 14-10 Houston.
You're taking Houston?
I'm taking Houston.
I am taking the Colts.
Okay.
21-17.
Okay. New York Jets at Miami. No Tua Tagovailoa. He's not going to play. You're going forward with Teddy Bridgewater. I think the Jets defense is going to be all over him. I think Mike White is starting. But I just think that Jets defense and Teddy Bridgewater, it's been a good story, but he doesn't have the arm strength really to use the speed of those receivers. So I'm going New York Jets. In another low scoring game, I'm going to say 17 to 10 Jets.
I got the Jets winning as well. I hope.
Right.
There's reasons why, but I'm hoping for the Jets. Sorry, Jay, but I got Jets winning 27-21 Jets.
Okay. Carolina at New Orleans. Man, New Orleans has looked really good. They've looked really good. Andy Dalton looks like a competent quarterback. They're using Taysom Hill a little bit more. New Orleans 21-13 New Orleans.
I am actually taking Carolina in this game. I'm going to say 28-24 Carolina.
Okay. Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Cleveland's already been eliminated. Pittsburgh has an opportunity. If y'all win and y'all have some things go your way.
Yeah, the Jets game. Jets have to beat the Dolphins, and Bills have to beat the Patriots for us to slip in.
Mike Tomlin's going to have those boys. Now it's going to be a typical AFC North slugfest. You know, they're going to be going back and forth. I don't think this is a high scoring game. I think it's a back and forth, very physical game.
You might not even see a touchdown in this game.
I'm gonna say 12-9 Pittsburgh.
And I got Pittsburgh 16-14.
Give me your score again, Mona.
16-14.
Okay. What do we got next? Gosh, this because they got all the games. Nobody's on the bye, so all 32 teams are playing. LA Chargers at Denver. The Chargers are playing good ball. They're getting healthier now. I think they get Rashawn Slater back this week.
But they've already clinched. So
yeah, that they got to put something. They got to put something. I still think their coach takes a lot of risks, right? This guy goes for it on fourth down. He goes for it. You know, he takes 2-point tries 2-point conversions every time. He's not going to rest these guys. He's going to put them out there. They're going to play. 24 to 10 Chargers.
I got them 21-14.
20 to 14?
21-14.
21-14 Chargers. Okay. New York Giants at Philly. Philly's got to win this game. It's going to be a physical game. Giants have an opportunity to get in on that 7th spot. But Philly, they get back Hurts this week. I think they start out slow, and then I think Hurts takes over. I don't think they have an answer for Hurts. He's still, in my opinion, maybe in the MVP race. So he's going to want to. No?
Yeah, I do. I think he is.
Yeah. So I'm going to say.
I think two of them are the MVP race.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely out. Philly, 28-17 Philly.
I'm going to take Philly too, even though I don't really want to. I don't know. I kind of feel like the Saints beat them. But Hurts does make the difference. Uh, What did you say? 28 what?
28-17.
All right. And I'm going to say 28-21 Philly.
Okay. Arizona at San Francisco.
Bloodfest.
That's going to be bad. That's going to be bad. This might be your blowout special here. This is the
In the
final,
second half, San Francisco sits all their starters.
Yeah, I'm going to say 35. I'll give them 14. That's 2 touchdowns. That's really asking. 35-14 San Fran.
31-9 San Fran. I'll give them 1 touchdown and a field goal. Or no. I guess that'd be 31-10, wouldn't it? Yeah. Give them 31-9, 3 field goals.
LA Rams at Seattle. Geno's playing good ball. They're going to be up there with the 12s. It's going to be loud as hell. Final home game of the season. DK, Kenneth Walker Jr. Now, Baker, he's playing okay, but I just don't see them having the firepower to match up with Seattle. 20-12 Seattle.
And I am taking the Rams. Because I think Baker Mayfield may be playing for a starting quarterback position with the Rams.
With the Rams, okay.
Because I think Matthew Stafford's done.
You think he's done? You think he's cooked, huh?
I think he's done.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams. 28-21 Rams.
Okay.
That's my wild card pick for the week.
Dallas at Washington. Rookie quarterback making his first start. Coach probably coaching his last game. Yeah. Dallas with an opportunity to get the number 1 seed. Dallas with an opportunity to win the NFC East if Philly loses. That Philly game, that's not guaranteed against the Giants. So Dallas got to be on their P's and Q's. Now we have up to an hour for the game, right? So yeah. What time is it? What time is the Eagles game?
Eagles play at 4:25, same time as you.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they're going to be watching the.
They're going to be watching the ticker.
They're both going to be watching. Yeah, they're going to be watching the scoreboard just to see, because if Philly loses, it's if Philly wins, Dallas doesn't have a chance to win the division. But I'm still say Dallas. Tony Pollard sat out last week. Should be well rested. Micah Parsons takes off his hand cast. He was wearing that club last week. And I like what I'm seeing from T.Y. Hilton. He's getting more involved in that offense. Dallas 24-17 Dallas.
I got Dallas winning too. 31-17.
Okay. And the last regular season game of the year, Sunday Night Football, last regular season of the game, Detroit at Green Bay. And I think this might be a shootout. Detroit, Jared Goff and them, they're playing good ball, throwing the ball around. DeAndre Swift and Jamison Williams, they got some weapons over there. But Green Bay, I think you see a high scoring game. I'm going to say 31-24 Green Bay.
I see 3 interceptions. Green Bay's going to have defense is going to have 3 interceptions against Detroit and Jared Goff. I'm going to say Green Bay. 2 of those will bring them back for touchdowns. 2, 3.
Who's that cornerback for Green Bay? He put Justin Jefferson in cuffs, man.
31.
Jair Alexander, he put that boy in cuffs. He put Justin Jefferson in cuffs last week. He locked him up.
31-17 Green Bay.
117. Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes. This is the last regular season week. Our Pick'ems League. Flectron Moore, he's leading, but we'll see how it goes because you got some people breathing down your neck. You better pick well because if you don't, you can very easily. You got people within 5, 1 to 6 or 7 places next to you. Picks next to you. That ain't no cakewalk and that ain't no guarantee. So we'll see how it goes. I want to get close to 170 if I can. That would really make me happy. I was 12-3 last week.
Yep, I was 13-2.
Yeah, and Yuri, was it Yuri?
14-1. Yuri 14-1.
Congratulations, Yuri. That's pretty damn.
I think
awesome.
Dalton was up there week 4 last week. Let's see. Look. Dalton was 13-3 last week.
13-3. That's
and he was 10-5 this week, so he still ain't doing bad. But yeah, Yuri was 14-1. I was like, holy crap.
That's pretty awesome.
And he actually had the Bengals winning that game. So, and I think Bengals, if that game hadn't ended the way it did, I think Trey White was getting cooked. I mean, he was just getting cooked already in the first quarter. So I think that Burrow to Jamar Chase was going to be, they were going to have to bring one of those safeties over to help Trey White with Jamar Chase. And then at that point, at least T. Higgins and Boyd wide open.
Yeah, that's gonna, and they may see each other again in the playoffs. And they're gonna have some things that they're gonna have to figure out because that's a bad matchup for them. Now, unfortunately, you lost the key at safety. He's probably done for the year. So you just brought this new kid in to take his place. I just think it's a very bad, but maybe they get back, those safeties, Hod and Poyer. I don't know what their situation is, but they better hope one or both of them still is there because if they don't, the Bengals offense presents problems because they got 3 really good receivers, a great receiver, a really good receiver, and a good receiver. They got 2 good backs. And you got a damn good young quarterback, one of the young stud quarterbacks in the league. Yeah. And they can put points on you and stretch you and move you around and manipulate you. And I think we saw that in the first drive. It's the first drive. We didn't finish the game, but it's still, So that's it.
I think that, honestly, I think that was going to be a really high-scoring game. I think that was going to be an absolute shootout. I think that Josh Allen was going to be, hitting Diggs and Gabe Davis, the kid that they just brought back. Who was it?
Beasley.
Yeah, Cole Beasley. I think that it was just going to be an absolute shootout. I think that was going to be one of the highest scoring games. I think I seen somebody had like 71 or 74 points for a final total score. That game. Yeah, so. And I think that was William Richter. I think had 71 or something like that. But I think it was going to be a high scoring football game. I really do. So, but
we'll never know.
Maybe we'll see it in the
we'll never know from that.
True.
But it's all good. Bona, last words. We can get up out of here.
Just want to say thanks to everybody for showing their support for us and. I know it's been a long season and it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. It ain't real fun unless my team's in the playoffs automatically and, going for that next Super Bowl.
Well, I don't think y'all will be down for too long. Mona, you didn't do something during the show.
Oh, well, yeah, we didn't have a Rocky Blyer Tough Guy Awards this week because, well, considering the fact that we didn't really have any players of the week. We did actually. I did find a couple of places that had like different players of the week mentioned, but with everything that happened this week, not a lot was put out there really. I mean, we didn't have our top 5 passing leaders, top 5 receiving, top 5 rushing. I could have probably went through and figured that out, but that would have been really rough.
Yeah.
I cheat. I get it from other sources.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Want to thank everybody. If you want a Alphabets Football Show hoodie, here's one of them. There's one red and black one. There's one right there. That is the Die Hard edition, the Die Hard Steeler edition that Mona had there.
Yep.
If you want one of these, they're $50. They're $55. They done raised up the price at $55, and that includes shipping. And we'll get it out there to you. I have a few.
And don't forget, you got to send Marquise Parsons.
I got him. I'll make sure I'll take care of him. If you want one of these, I got them in black, red, white, navy blue, and I could probably find something. Somebody said something about a pink. Maybe we'll see. Red, white.
Hey, I got my first pink hoodie, Steelers hoodie from my oldest daughter.
So let me know if you want one of those. Congratulations to Adrian Autry last week. When I get a chance to go up there, because I got to go to FedEx for that, I'll get your bottle to you. This is your bottle. I have it sitting right here. This is your bottle, Adrian Autry. And this is your bottle, Eligio Santa. I got your bottles right. I got to hand deliver this one. But Adrian Autry, I got your bottle, and I will make sure that I get that to you shortly. I'm not going to promise you like right now because I have to go up there and I don't want to do that, but I'll get it to you. I promise you, in a box, and I'll make sure I'll put insurance on it too. Because these guys, they be slamming stuff around. I'll probably have to get some insurance on it too. I had to do it for Olivia's bottle, for the Marine Corps bottle. So
yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the games this weekend. Last regular season. If something comes up, me and Mona, we might throw something together and have some type of show or something. I'll have to check with my coach.
We always do for playoffs and
playoffs. Sometimes we do stuff like that. Jump in, and we'll do something. But we'll let you know. We'll put out a video or something, or I'll do a video. But we appreciate y'all. Enjoy the games. We'll see y'all next week, or maybe before next week, but definitely next week, and we'll talk about it. We got a few more shows before the season. About a month left. 4 more shows before the Super Bowl. 4. Yeah. First week in February is the Super Bowl. So, as we get information with this crazy playoff stuff, we'll let you know. I'm constantly posting something in the Alphabets Football Show group. Go in there and check it out. When I get it, I'll let you know. Okay. See ya.
Count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy. I'm illin'. Money bag after money bag, I'm the man now. Play the cards that I was dealt and I ain't need no handouts. Fresh on every set, give respect. Mama out of debt, got a new connect. We the best, homie run the check. Wifey got a new bag, new house. You mad? We just doing us, feeling wavy. Fuck a do-rag. This that no stress flow. Bobbing on my ex. You don't love cash, kiss my ass, baby XO. Thank you for that line, Mr. West, but I'm next though. Hey, you meet a sad bitch, I'm blessed, sipping XO. For the love of money, I stay fucking hungry. I parted ways with the kitchen, that just wasn't for me. Every show they love me, now I'm showing love back. They ain't taking nothing from me, so I throw a couple stacks. You win them in your town, have some fun, blow throw it back. Fuck with me when I'm around, trust me, shorty, I be back. I've been on the come up, running till the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown, the sun up, all I want is the cash. Now, homie, run me the stash. Put the ones in the bag, now count up, count up, count up.